Captain Kern Shafter, United States Cavalry, having been charged under the 83rd Article of War with making a violent attack on Lieutenant Edward Garnett, a fellow officer, and running him through with a saber and found guilty by a constituted general courts-martial, is to be paraded before his regiment and stripped of all rank, insignia, and drummed out of the service.
Company A, right by twos, ho! Come left, ho! B Company, right by twos, number 8, ho!
You must like lonely places the way you look at them.
I do. That's why I came back to them.
End of the line for you?
I coach in 4.
To Fargo? You stay there?
No, I take the train to Bismarck there.
Well, we should know each other. It's a long ride. My name is Shafter.
Mine's Russell.
I saw you on the train, but there was always a crowd around you.
You mean you took time out to look at something besides cards?
Now and then.
See how he does it.
He sat up all night.
Well, so did I. A sick deck of cards. But I still can't sleep. Only wish I could. Then I wouldn't have to look at this miserable country. If I had my way about it, I'd give her back to the Indians.
If we don't start looking sharp, we won't have to give it back. They'll take it.
Put that gun away. They're agency bucks, just playing in trouble.
I live in Indian territory.
I used to. Go on, put it away.
Looks like the gentleman was right.
Yeah. But I got a right to be scared. I've seen people scalped. Whole families with their heads bashed in. How long since you lived out west?
I was here for a couple of years after the war.
Don't be too cocksure. They ain't happy on reservation no more.
Stop.
Hope it isn't as bad as it looks.
It's all there is. You could sleep in the coach.
I wasn't thinking of myself. The lady would like a room.
The lady you'll find one at the top of the stairs, to the left. always so thoughtful of women traveling alone?
Makes me feel noble.
And you like feeling noble?
For a change, yes.
Is it a new feeling for you?
That's a very pretty pin you're wearing.
Thank you. It's an heirloom my grandfather brought my mother from Europe. It's supposed to be lucky. Works, too. See? I'm a regular swordsman. I can defend myself.
So you can. But tonight, I'm afraid you'll need something more substantial. There's no key, so prop this chair against the door. I'll be around somewhere.
Thank you.
George, kid, what do you say?
Go nice rock.
Oh, that's... Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Thanks. Wrong room, my friend.
So you stayed up all night?
I was a bit noisy for sleeping.
I expected to find you curled up in front of a door. Bill, get us some coffee. And roll that thing off there before he digs his spurs into $1,000 worth of woodwork. Hard way to make a living, isn't it?
Most ways are. Like this all the time?
All the time.
Then you better move on.
One place is the same as another.
That's true, but you never know till you get there.
You've knocked around, haven't you?
Yeah.
Running from something?
Most people run from something. Or after something.
In trouble?
No. I don't have to watch what's behind me.
All right. I'll wake your woman.
She's not my woman.
And she's awake. Good morning. Bill, another coffee. For the lady.
Stage driver says if these folks want to catch the train at Fargo, they'd better hurry up.
Don't say it. I told you I like the illusion of nobility, so don't say thank you.
All right, I won't. Good luck.
It was a nice trip, Miss Russell.
It was a wonderful trip.
Josephine.
Dad.
Oh, it's good to see you, honey.
Oh, Mr. Shafter, this is my father. He was very kind to me on the trip.
I'm obliged to you, Mr. Shafter. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Where's Fort Lincoln?
Out of town about 4 miles. I'm going out there myself. Get in.
Thanks.
Yeah. Commissary.
All right, pass. Thanks.
Right behind the line. Sit in. Press right. Pass.
Also, what can I do for you?
I'd like to enlist in this regiment, sir.
Jackson, give me an enlistment form and a doctor's blank. The forms are filled out, sir. Well, Jackson, miracles do happen. Here's a man can ride. First one in months. 14th Ohio, huh? It's a good outfit. Not as good as the 7th, though.
So I've heard, sir.
That why you came all the way from New York to enlist?
Yes.
Did you leave any felonies behind you?
No, sir.
Oh, Lieutenant,
Dr. Porter, can you examine this man for enlistment?
Certainly. Come this way.
I'll take that man, Mr. Cook.
All right, Captain Moylan. You spoke first, so you get him. The other company commanders won't like it, though. Looks like a good man.
Yeah, that's why I want him.
Well, say something, Miles. Say you're glad to see me. Say you're surprised.
I'm both, Kern.
So am I.
Are you?
Of course I am. I'm glad to see they had sense enough to make a captain out of the best sergeant major in the Army.
Why did you come out here, Kern?
Now, I guess I wasn't cut out for civilian life. Or maybe I was, and the war knocked it out of me.
But why here, of all places?
Well, back east, they just play at soldiering. Put you out on parade and then put you back in your box at night. I don't want any part of that. I didn't want any part of the aimless existence I drifted into either. Why? What are you getting at?
Garnett.
Garnett?
He's here.
I didn't know.
All right, you didn't know. But there it is.
And here I am.
He's company commander of G. That's why I had Cook assign you to my company. You wouldn't want to serve under him.
Thanks.
Even so, it'll be rough on you.
On him, too.
He's top dog now. Don't forget that.
I never forget anything, Miles.
That's what I was afraid of. Don't be rash, Kern. He broke you once.
You can't break a private, Miles.
You can put a bullet through him.
You can put a bullet through any man, no matter what his rank.
You won't do that.
I ran a saber through him once.
And paid a price.
We'll see.
Hines! This recruit is assigned to Company A. Take care of him.
Yes, sir.
Bean.
Yo!
Beers.
Yo!
Donovan.
Yo!
McDermott.
Yo!
Muldoon.
Yo!
Roy.
Yo!
Tafter.
Yo!
Tenney.
Yo!
All prisoner accounted for, sir.
Now, I've never seen a dirtier barracks or a filthier yard. Straighten up here. After breakfast, you'll all turn out for police on it. Corporal Muldoon, McDermott, Roy, and Bean guard duty tonight. By order of this date, Private Shafter appointed sergeant. Company dismissed.
Stripes come easy, did they not?
About as easy as yours went away.
So it's a tongue you got, is it? Well, Bucky, being a sergeant in this outfit is not a matter of tongue, it's a matter of knuckles. I worked 4 years for them stripes. Licked nobody's boots to get them. I gave them up because it was my own wish. I'll tell you something, I don't think you'll last, even if I have to see to it myself.
Come into the orderly room. Shut the door. Shafter,
I've been in the Army too long to ever remark upon my company commander's choices. But tell me, did Captain Moylan know you somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere.
Well, whatever it is, the men won't like it. You know, you're gonna have to lick someone around here to show the men what you've got. It'll be the one who was sergeant and got broke for destroying the face of the sergeant major. His name's Donovan.
Yeah, he's already opened the door.
Now, if you should get licked like I think you will, I'll expect you to turn in your stripes and no hard feelings.
Should I bother to sew him on?
Yeah. Now, take the light wagon and get over to Bismarck. You'll pick up Lieutenant Smith at the depot. He's coming in from St. Paul this morning.
Right.
So that's why you came west.
Where to, Miss Russell?
Just down the street.
Thanks. Very thoughtful of you. I was hoping I'd run into you again.
The uniform's the last thing I expected.
Well, I feel at home in it. Back among plain and honest men again.
All the plain and honest men are not in uniform.
And I guess there's something else about the uniform I needed.
Someone to tell you what to do and when to do it?
Could be it.
Wrong again. Me, my summing up. I put you down as a man with a mind of his own.
What else did you put me down for?
Dark but interesting deeds to run away from. This is where I live. The house is open anytime you care to call.
I'll call.
Please do.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Tinny, didn't your old mother ever tell you to smoke only 1 inch off a cigar? What do you want to do, stunt your growth? Here, now try it again. See if you can do it right this time.
My cigars, Donovan?
They was yours. They just surrendered to me.
All right. Where do we have this fight?
Now that's a nice, sensible attitude. I was afraid I was going to have to start it myself, which would be most unfortunate, me being a man of peace. Ain't I, Tinny?
Aye.
Behind the stable after tattoo.
If I were you, Tenny, I'd smoke that cigar right down till it burnt the end of my nose. Be a long time to get another one like it.
Do you mean he ain't welcome to it?
He's welcome.
Now, that's what I call a generous man. I must remember to give you something in exchange when we get behind the stable. Just an inch now. Mind what I told you.
Aye.
Hold up there. Come here, soldier. I want you to go down to the...
How the devil did you get here?
By train, Captain Garnett.
See that you're not at this fort tomorrow.
Are you suggesting I desert?
Speak to me properly.
All right, let's start right. Return the salute I gave you. You always were a careless soldier.
I could prefer charges against you.
Not again.
Listen, Shafter, there are 100 ways to get at you, and believe me, I'll try them all. I'll break your back and I'll break your heart. Before I'm through with you, you'll crawl over the hill one dark night and never come back. Here's this to start with. Go ahead, Shafter. I'd like to kill you.
Listen, Garnett. I didn't know you were here. Even if I did, it wouldn't have made any difference. But I've always believed that once a wound was healed, it shouldn't be reopened. But since you've used your hands on me, I'll tell you something. Here I am, and here I'll stay, in spite of you, the past, or anything else. And remember this. Keep your distance, or I'll get to you good, hard, and permanent. Because I still owe you plenty, one way or another.
You may go now, Sergeant.
No, Captain, you go. Put up your revolver, turn around, and walk away.
Well, if the gentleman is ready, let's be off to the fair. Man, will you stand still and fight?
Come on. That's it, Doc. Give it to him.
Come on, Donovan, quit fooling. He's out.
Now what fool dumped a bucket of water on me? Just because a man is on his knees is nothing. Was I out?
Cold.
Well, now, what do you know? And I got licked. That's all there is to it. I never bear a grudge. But I'm still man enough to lick the lot of you, and don't you forget it. Now get out of here and talk to my friend. Well, as fine a man as ever I seen. A real professor of fisticuffs, you are. You'd be the belle of the ball in the County Kildare. We must have another go at it one day.
Wasn't this one enough?
My Bucky, it stands to reason if you've got no enemies to fight, then you've got to fight your friends.
You mean you have no enemies?
Oh, I licked them all. When I lick a man, he becomes my friend.
Supposing he licks you?
Then I become his friend, like tonight. Who taught you to fight, Professor?
An Irishman.
Ah, that he did now. The best teachers in the world they are. I learned from one myself. My father. It was him swinging and me ducking till I got my growth. Then the other way around. Rest his soul.
We better get back to barracks.
Now that we had, I wouldn't want to be caught doing anything wrong. Ah, me jaw hurts and I got a sore ear. I haven't felt this good in months.
G Company will lead off. You'll follow, Mr. Smith.
Yes, sir.
Right by twos.
Oh! Column left! Oh!
I'd say they've been prospecting up around the Black Hills country someplace, though I've never seen them before.
Dead long, Bill?
Oh, last evening sometime. They just finished making camp. Fire was still smoldering when I come on them this morning. As I was saying, it looks to me like a couple of young bucks did it just for devilment. Most likely from that big party heading northwest, whose trail I come across yesterday.
Mr. Smith, I'll take half the command and scout to the left. You scout to the right. I'll send you a messenger if I sight the Sioux and wait for you to come up. You're to send me a messenger if you find him and wait for me to come up.
Very well, sir.
Oh, mind if I take your Sergeant Shafter?
Don't you want an older hand?
He's an old hand.
All right. Shafter! Joe! You're riding with the captain.
Yes, sir.
Hines!
Yes, sir.
A burial detail.
at that plateau. Jump 'em when they come up. Corporal, report to Lieutenant Smith that we have sighted the Indian column. You lead him to our position. Sergeant, you'll ride with me.
It's a good way to lose some men.
You just do what I tell you, Shafter. I'll take care of the troops. Tell them I'm glad to see them. Tell them a few compliments. Then ask Red Owl this. If we find the braves who killed the 3 white men among his people, would he be willing to let us take them back to the fort with us as a sign of his goodwill?
He knows what we're up to.
They all know what we're up to. Get his answer.
Kichit tancha. You one near ke chante was yellow. One year to
Lehaya, Yuha, Dion Kumpelo. Akichita, Lakota Koshkalaka, Nari Yewichap Sniki, huh? Wash Tektalo. Oh, Okiako.
Red Owl says he's at peace with the soldiers, but his young braves are impatient. It would be safer if the soldiers got out of the way and left his braves alone.
Go in and look them over, Sergeant.
You, move out. You, move out. She's up, Schneo. Stop holding your breath, sir. I'm safe.
Make way.
Hold steady.
Oh, hit you too yellow. So be it. I thought we were in for it sooner than I expected. Them Sioux have been pushed back just about as far as they're going to be pushed. They're right now in the last of their hunting lands. The last buffalo is here. The last freedom is here. Yep, they've made up their minds to go no further. Every one of them's got a picture of me and Captain Garnett and the sergeant here burned deep in his head. Particularly you, Sergeant. Mind you don't fall into Red Owl's hands.
Column of twos.
Sergeant,
Hello.
you can walk me home if you like.
You work here?
No, my father owns it. Didn't I tell you I was the grocer's daughter?
You didn't tell me anything.
That's because there isn't very much to tell. It's a lovely night. What would you have done with it if I hadn't come along?
Oh, knocked on your door, hoping no other man had knocked on it first, and knowing all the time it was a forlorn hope. I bet there's no paint on that door. All the knuckles that have been working on it,
There's a little.
but not much. Any really serious knuckles knocked on it?
A few.
So serious there's no point in the sergeant barking the skin off his?
I asked the sergeant to come calling, didn't I? How's the experiment? You're coming back to an old trade.
An old trade, but good life.
Is it really? You know, when I think of you, I get very confused. You're a great puzzle to me.
I'm happy you think of me at all.
Every woman's intrigued by contradictions. And you're a contradiction.
Is that why you asked me to come knocking?
No, I asked you to come because I wanted you to come. Just hang it over there and go on in. I'll tell Mary to put the kettle on.
Good evening. Mary let me in.
Yes, she told me.
You don't mind?
No, of course not, Edward. Oh, this is Sergeant Shafter, in case you haven't...
We've met.
Well, sit down, both of you.
Josephine? Rank doesn't matter here, Sergeant. We're just people, everybody equal, so forget who I am.
I can't. Good night, Miss Russell.
Well, excuse me, Edward. You're being very silly.
I'm sorry.
There's more to it than military rank, isn't there? There's something dark between you two.
You like him?
Well, you've no right to ask that. Please let me feel about people the way I wish to feel.
Yes, of course. Good night.
Oh, Kern, I hate to have you go like this. Wouldn't you come back tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll take the mail to Fort Rice.
Don't tell me I'm deserted.
No, Edward, you're not deserted.
Didn't forget to buy my things at Fort Rice. That was very sweet of you, Sergeant.
Don't thank him. He doesn't like it.
Oh, you know each other.
He spent 2 days sleeping on my shoulder.
What?
In a stagecoach. Red check gingham, needles and thread, blue denim. And here's your change.
Well, I hope I haven't put you out. Well, there's coffee on the table.
No, I think I better be getting along.
I, too.
But you just came.
It's a long drive to the post.
Yes, it is. Well, come soon, and you too, Sergeant. The door's always open.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Would he follow?
Well, we'll see.
Bye.
Come on. Bye.
You could say you were surprised to see me way out here.
I'm surprised.
You're not. I was waiting for you, and you know it.
That's why I'm surprised.
I thought you might not come knocking at my door again.
Well, you left a question unanswered the other night about Garnett.
Very well. I like him. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you one. You are really running from the past, aren't you?
No. From boredom. The past just happened to come up and hit me in the teeth.
You must have loved her very much to still remember.
You can hate and remember just as easily.
Oh, I was prying. I'm sorry.
I asked for it. I brought his name into it.
Why did you? No. When I'm sure of something, you can kiss me again if you want to.
I don't want to.
Don't you want to know what I want to be sure of?
I can guess. Come on, get up. Come on.
Put them all the way back to the other side, down near the stable.
Come in. Sit down, Kern. Smoke? Garnett's reported 3 men and a sergeant sick on the wood detail. He's asked me for replacements. Asked for you in particular. That's the second time, isn't it?
That's right.
Has he been putting the pressure on you?
Hasn't had much chance.
He'll make his chances. He's making one now. Ever since we hanged those 2 Indians, I've been waiting for some band to jump the wood detail. He's hurt you once, Kern, so he's got to keep on hurting you. This is just the thin end of the wedge. Look, you've kept your mouth shut about this long enough. Why don't you let me write to the War Department?
Case is closed.
But he's the guilty one. All right, you ran him through at Shenandoah, but he deserved it. Any man would have done what you did. And even now, the girl's name doesn't have to come into it.
No, Miles. Thanks, but no.
Oh, you're acting like a fool, just the way he wants you to. He knows you inside and out.
Just outside, Miles.
Well, he doesn't know me at all. I won't put you on his detail.
But I want you to.
All right. Suit yourself. Pick the men you want.
All right. Thanks.
Bring up the rear, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Forward! Ho!
Sergeant! Take the wagons to where the men are cutting. You'll find some of your troop there. The rest are scattered around the hills. As soon as the wagons are loaded, bring them back here with my men.
Yes, sir. Detail is ready, sir.
You remain here at camp.
Naturally.
What do you mean, naturally?
Just naturally, sir.
Bugles! Sound right!
Hey, Mac. Get mounted. See if you can get through the Garnet. Get him back as soon as you can. Right. Fierce! Round up the horses. Get them up in that draw. Right, Sergeant. Hey, you! Get the wagon boxes. Get them in a circle. Form a barricade. Jenny, come with me. Here, take this. Get outside that wagon box and lay a trail of powder in a half circle about 20 yards in front of the barricade. Get going.
Jack, Tommy, get them boxes out of here on the double. Come on!
Go back and help them form the barricade. Don't fire until I give the order.
Chunk ombikte. We charge je jamne op dit jou.
Teddy! Biz! Look, they're gonna hit us from three sides. You take all the men and spread them around the entire enclosure so we're covered. Go ahead, I'll do it. Donovan. Make a place for the wounded underneath that covered wagon there.
Sergeant.
On his feet. Where you'd expect him to be, sir?
Here I am, sir.
Well, I see you kept your head down.
Sorry, sir.
How many men did you lose?
6 dead, 8 wounded.
All right, tend to your casualties and let's get out of here.
A bit more off over this ear here, Chin. That's better. Tell me something, Tinny. What was you before you came in the army? A barber or an undertaker's assistant?
My father raised sheep.
How? Well, that explains it then.
How's it look?
Well, fine. It's a work of art. Beautiful sight.
Thanks, Tenny. I really feel sheared.
Well, if I was a girl, I'd swoon.
There, but for the grace of a punch in a sergeant major's nose goes Donovan. It's me to be opening the door at the officer's ball tonight, being the fine figure of a man that I am.
Listen to the brass of them.
Ah, yes. And all the pretty girls sighing just at the sight of me. And me sighing right back at them, so's their hopes won't be dashed.
Why, Donovan, I didn't realize you were a man for the ladies.
Ah, Professor. There's sides to me character that would make the devil blush. Sure, I'm a man for the ladies. It's me tenderness that drives them mad.
Good evening, Sergeant.
Evening, Miss Russell.
At ease, Sergeant.
Joe?
Oh, Kern. I thought you'd gone off duty.
No, I'm still on. I was hoping I'd get a chance to see you.
It got so hot in there. I wanted to sit out a dance.
There's no place to sit out here.
Then we'll stand it out. There, that's better. You've been looking like a thundercloud all evening.
Well, I didn't expect to see you at the ball.
You forget all the knuckles that rap at my door. Actually, I accepted the invitation over a month ago. Yesterday, I wouldn't have.
Do you want me to ask you why?
You didn't before.
You sure of something now?
I think so, yes. Yes, I am. Except perhaps one thing. Why do you hate Edward?
It doesn't concern you.
I think it does, because it seems to be all on your part. I've never heard him say a word against you.
Of course not.
Then what does that mean?
Nothing.
Oh, but you must have meant something. Things like that don't just slip out.
I don't want to talk about it.
But I do. The whole thing has gone far enough.
Sergeant, why did you leave your post? You know what your duty is.
That's right. I think I'm going to do something about it. Now, before it's too late.
Captain. You dropped your saber, Sergeant. You're relieved from duty. Come with me.
Why does he hate you so?
Who knows?
Were you ever friends?
Orders, I think, Captain Benteen. Looks like we'll be shoving off soon.
On a big campaign from the way to this. Come on inside. We'll see if an answer's called for.
drowned and tired of swimming. All the creeks are up.
That's why we turned back.
Well, we'll have to wait for Mrs. Carson to ask me in.
Oh, the Carsons aren't here. Come on in.
You said we.
Yes, Edward and I. We were taking a ride when the storm broke.
Where is he?
In the kitchen, lighting the fire.
You better break the news to him.
I know what you're thinking, and I don't like it, because it isn't true. If there's any judging to be done, you better do it to his face. Edward, Kern Shafter's here. Each time you come together, you're at his throat. You're not a child. You should be able to settle your differences like a civilized man. So settle them when I get supper.
They're already settled. You were born to be a loser, Kern.
Not this time. It's not going to happen again.
You flatter yourself. You forget you have a habit of arriving too late. It was raining in Shenandoah, too, the night you found me with Alice. Remember?
I remember.
You were even going to marry the girl, weren't you? You should thank me. I showed you what she was like.
No. You showed me what you were like.
This time you don't belong, Kern. I saw Josephine first, and for your information, she finds me attractive.
Then I think I better do something about that.
No sabers this time, no guns.
Kern! Kern!
Go on, get out, please. You said settle it. All right, I am. This time for good.
You've been wanting to do this ever since you saw him at my house. You came in here sporting for a fight. Well, now you've had it, so you can go. Did you hear me? Get out.
Bugler, General Officer!
Present! Arm! Order! Arm!
Now, this is a terrible thing to be saying, but I just saw a general.
Looks like General Terry.
Huh? They all look alike to me.
Well, I guess the waiting is over. Bannock Bill was saying the Sioux are massing in the north, and they evidently mean business.
Good. About time, too. Weather like this, my bones began to ache with the memory of 28 years of campaigning. I sleep light and I wake early. I think of a lot of lads I knew and a lot of fights we've had, and I want to be at it.
Huh? So this is what I'm living with, is it? A crew of brawlers and cutthroats. I if me poor old mother knew how low her son had sunk, she'd cry in her beer. That she would, till the beers and the tears ran down on the floor.
Left front into line! Whoa!
Ed, Joe, here. Go over here and hold that way. Right front into line. Hello. And shut.
We'll form in front of the barracks in 5 minutes. There's still time to say goodbye to anyone if you want to. That's all. Nobody to say goodbye to, Kern?
No. Nobody?
Won't you say goodbye to me?
Haven't you said it already?
Kern, is it true that you'll never come back to anything?
Who told you that?
Is it true?
No. I'm coming back here.
Are you sure?
Sure as a soldier ever is.
Kern, I want you to have this.
It's your pin.
It's lucky. It brings people back.
Thanks, Joe.
Did you come to say goodbye to him or me?
Regiment's in fine spirits, General Custer.
And it was never in better shape, Majorino. We should be proud of ourselves.
General Custer! General Custer! Bring them all back to us.
Coffee, Mac?
Yeah.
If I had my life to live over again, I'd have joined the Navy.
Now, what's the matter, Donovan? Don't you like horses?
I got nothing against horses. It's horses. It's the Indians. I come out here to fight them, not chase them. Never heard of a sailor chasing an Indian.
Never heard of a sailor fighting them either.
Well, they get action one way or another.
Well, I know a fellow in the Navy 20 years. The only action he ever got was beating his wife.
Well, that's better than nothing.
Maybe Crazy Horse heard you were spoiling for a fight, Donovan, and he's keeping out of your way.
Well, if he is, he's taking the wrong attitude. Nothing makes me madder than a man that dodges the issue.
Custer, you have your orders. I'm leaving to join my command. Goodbye, and good luck, gentlemen.
Major, briefly, the plan is this. General Terry believes a sewer in the vicinity of the Little Bighorn. He will approach from the northeast. I will proceed to the Little Bighorn from the southeast. I want you to take 3 companies and scout as far as the Tongue River. This will protect my flank. Then join me at the Little Bighorn. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You'd better alert your officers now. Lieutenant Smith, in regard to supplies.
Yes, sir.
Well, that should be the Tongue.
Should be and is.
But why the camp meeting? I thought this was where we gave up playing scout.
Well, maybe Majorino likes being top dog so much he don't want to get back under Custer's thumb.
Well, so far we haven't seen any Indian signs. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Sergeant.
Sir.
Pick 6 men and report to Captain Garnett for a scouting mission. The rest of you dismount and make camp.
Donovan, Pierce.
What does it look like?
Small party. Maybe 30 families went away yesterday. That way.
They go for Little Bighorn.
Then we'll follow right after him. You 2 scout to the right.
Forward!
Oh! Sergeant.
Nothing suspicious below, but I want to be sure. So take a couple of men ride to the far ridge. We'll meet you there.
Can I use your glasses a minute, sir? Donovan, Biz.
Forward.
Fresh tracks. Come on. Well, Donovan, looks like we're in for it.
That it does, Professor, that it does. Garnet must have heard those shots. Why don't he bring a troop down here and get us out of here?
He won't. We're just where he wants us.
I made the hounds of hell roost on his chest and howl for his soul.
Donovan, is it bad?
It's all right, Professor. It don't hurt yet. And I'll be dead before it does.
Why don't you lie down?
Later, Professor, later. This is no time to be lying down. You make it over the cliff. I hold him off.
Don't be foolish. If you can't go, I'm not going.
Devil a bit of difference it makes whether I stay or go. You've given me one I'll never get up from. I'm a lucky man if there's 10 minutes left in me. You get yourself over the cliff and pay them back for me later.
No.
Will you do as you're told, man? I'm bleeding to death inside. If you don't go, who's there to settle with Garnett for leaving us here to be killed? All right. Aye, that's a talk, Bucky. Now hurry it up before they lace into both of us. God be with you. He's never left me. We've been partners for years. Now get out of here. Leave a man to do his dying in peace.
Ma'am, did you never hear of pretty Molly Bralligan? Faith, dear, she has left me, and I'll never be a man again. To the Devil's Glen, if she... Sure, she might have sent mine back again. There's water gruel, ma'am. The devil a bit upon me bones since Molly's proved so cruel, ma'am. Hard and determined as a live salamander, ma'am. I feel myself as famous as the famous alligator. When I hear yous crying round me, around my...
Sergeant! Garnett reported you killed.
You thought I was, sir?
Let's get you out of this hot sun. Sit down, Sergeant. Have a drink of water.
Where is he?
The whole regiment rode up before dawn. Headed for the Little Bighorn.
I'll need a horse, Lieutenant.
Sergeant, you look all in. You sure you want to go now?
I've got to, sir.
All right. Jim! Bring the sergeant a fresh mount. Be sure he has a full canteen of water and plenty of extra field rations. Osmond's going to take this message to Major Reno. You can ride with him.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck, Sergeant.
That's not Garnett's tent. He's off to our left.
Why, Custer doesn't have a chance. He shouldn't have split the command.
all in position on the rim.
Good. I'll bring in Hines in the rear guard. Go ahead, Peters.
Give me that message to Reno. Then try and find General Terry's command. Reno's gonna need him.
Right, Sarge. Think you can get through there?
I'm gonna try. Get going.
To cover that trooper.
I guess so.
I saw the end of it. It's a good thing I came back to see what happened to you.
How long do you think you can hold out here?
Oh, till Custer shows up.
Custer won't show up. He's dead.
Dead?
With his whole command. There's a man riding to Terry. He ought to be able to get through.
Miles! Hines, over here!
They're bringing in the wounded! Custer and his whole command have been massacred. Here's a list of the officers that were killed. Didn't none of Custer's men get away? Nary a one. Well, I guess Reno's dead. Terry got to him before they was all gone.
What about the enlisted men?
We haven't got the list yet, ma'am.
Not to write to them.
You forget I outranked you at the time. Sorry?
No. No, Miles, I'm not. Now that I have it, I realize what it means to me. But did you?
No, I didn't mention her name. Oh, speaking of women, there's someone here to see you. She's been camping on your doorstep for 3 days.
Send her in. Hello, Joe.
They wouldn't let me see you. They said you...
I'm gonna be all right. Did Miles tell you anything?
Oh, he told me many things.
Did he tell you I had something for you? You know, it really is lucky. Brought me back.